Hello, hello, hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 12, and we paint together. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. And I'm kind of doing this a little bit different this time. Same, but different. I'm making some flowers. And I haven't done flowers like this in a long time. So we'll see. I used to make flowers kind of more, let's say, circular. And just kind of worked with whatever happened. So, did, some of them a little different in there, and then just kept going and going and going and going and going. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as we go along here. I'm just going to kind of make some randomness, I think, and see what we can come up with. Probably didn't want to put one exactly on top of the other one, but that's all part of the plot and plan, I suppose. They'll all work out eventually. So, I haven't done them like this in quite some time. And I always use one brush when I'm doing this. I like you can kind of see the yellow from that in here. So, that's kind of how I look at it, is like it's doing something a little bit different when I'm doing the choices and the colors and the things. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They're almost more like abstract flowers, maybe. Maybe that's kind of what it is. And so I just keep putting stuff out there until it makes its mark, literally, figuratively. I don't know. I don't know. That's what we're just doing. So we're gonna make kind of a star-ish flower. Just keep making. I'm trying to kind of not necessarily revert back to what I was doing before, but just to kind of go back in and reevaluate some of the styles that I've worked on or done over the last few years, and see what I can do to kind of adapt everything or change it, or I don't know. So that's where I'm at kind of with all of this right now, is just seeing what happens, as I'm making stuff. Because sometimes you just have to work back through things. Some of it works, some of it doesn't work. Some of it's fun, some of it's not so fun. Some of it's more messy than others. I don't know. But I just wanted something a little retro. Retro for my retro. And then if you've ever watched before, you know I drop a lot of paint. Because I always put way too much paint on my paintbrush. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But, so. I think that's what's happening here. Because we're kind of adapting everything together. So I'm going to do more of my little... I went through a phase where I was trying to do roses, and I've done them many, many ways, and none of them the way that I really wanted them to be. And so now I don't do as many roses, and I just kind of do more of like petal flowers and such, because the few that I've done just have not turned out like what I thought I wanted them to look like. And that just creates more moments, because then I'm not sure what I'm doing with them. So Owen had a pretty good night. I thought we were going to go to our Easter egg hunt, but one of his favorite people was not going to be there, and so he didn't want to go because of that. And then one of his best friends from school wasn't going to get to come, so he was not wanting to go because of that. And I'm sure there's other reasons that he couldn't explain, but he didn't want to go. So I wasn't going to make him, because making him sometimes is it's harder. He doesn't have fun. He won't, he'll spend 2 seconds doing something and then he's done. So it just wasn't worth it to try to take him when he's not ready to go or didn't want to go. And that was fine. I mean, that was what his choice was, and I didn't want to upset the apple cart or make it harder on him. And so we stayed home, and for the most part, he had a pretty good evening. There was some random things that were causing him a little bit of, I don't know what the right word. I almost said mischief, and that's not the right word. So I'm not sure what the right word is. Hard moments. But we survived. He survived. He did fine. So that wasn't too bad then. But it's still, there's days where he doesn't know how to explain why something is concerning to him, or why something is hard, or why something just isn't working out for him. So it's one of those moments where you just have to kind of tell him it's going to be okay, and if he doesn't want to do something, that's fine as well, and just talk him through it, because it can be hard when you don't know how to explain something. I don't know how to explain a lot of things, and I still don't. And so it's hard. Life is hard. So I just tell him that it's okay, and we can do something another day. So I want this a little bit brighter, but still that color, but just felt like it was a little dark or something. I don't know. So I feel like I'm close. this maybe. An extra little doodad. Feels like it needs some red, something down there. Maybe a little red, something over here. And then I think we're there. Okay, so I always sign O for Owen, and then L and B. So there we go. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles!